Hello, hello, Dana Wilde here, and welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have you here and to talk with today's guest, because I think sometimes we talk about the celebrity formula and we say it's like esoteric. Like, what do you mean stepping into your celebrity? Or what does that mean exactly? Becoming, standing out in my market, or becoming more noticeable or specialized. And so I can't wait to share Michelle Wolff with you today, because Michelle is not only a graduate of the celebrity formula, but Michelle Wolff is also the creator of Forest Reiki. So she was out in the world as an intuitive coach, as somebody who helps you transform with clarity. Like, one of her specialties is helping people to transform and have clarity about something they don't have clarity about. And doing fine in her business, moving along. But she reached a point where she thought, it feels like I know I could do more. I know I could go further, and I just don't know what to do on my own. So she signed up, and I'm telling you, she is just like unreal. She blows me away every day. She's got a book coming out very soon, so you can be part of that journey with her. It'll be about Forest Reiki. With that, please let me welcome to the show Michelle Wolff. Michelle Wolff. Hi, Michelle.
Yeah.
Good to have you here.
Nice to be here. I have a little bit of a lag, I think, on my end.
Well, that's okay. It'll actually it'll look like we're polite, and I won't be interrupting you then. And usually I'll be talking over you otherwise, right? So it's great. So Michelle, I'm so glad to have you here. Maybe we could start out. Will you tell me a little bit about like what even interested you in signing up for the celebrity formula? Because you had a good business, you had a decent business. So kind of what made that decision for you?
Well, I liked what you had said about how you'd gotten started, and I was really liking Train Your Brain U, and I'd done some cycles of the 6 intentional abundance and things like that. So I liked your energy. Probably primarily was the biggest deciding factor, and I liked the feel of your group. Every group has a different feel, and yours was really. Your group never loses focus because you hold a tight container, and I appreciate that. But I really liked what you were saying in the emails about this is a doable thing. Like, this is a thing you can learn. Like, I learned it, so if I learned it, you can learn it. And it was really appealing to me. And I couldn't go because I had bought this other thing in San Diego, and then I was like, so I had missed the first round. And then when it came out, and then I had to reschedule that thing in San Diego. So then the second round of the celebrity formula came out, and it was again, like, right in conflict with that thing in San Diego or Santa Monica, LA. And funny. So I was like, well, whatever. So anyway, I forget the order of things, but I ended up rescheduling that and doing the celebrity formula instead and pushing the other one out even farther. And I couldn't be happier with that decision. I was
so glad you did too, because you were such a gem to have in the group. And actually, it's funny, I want to hit this hard, what you just mentioned about being a learnable skill, because we had a little discussion before we went live that I think was pertinent. For those of you who are actually here live with us on Facebook, you'll notice in Michelle's background, there's this beautiful picture of a pencil drawing of a wolf. And Michelle did that drawing. And so we started talking about art. And we started talking that art's a learnable skill, and most people don't think that. You think either you're a born artist or you're not. And so, Michelle, do you want to say what you said to me about how that relates to the celebrity, being a celebrity in your market?
Yeah, when we were talking, I was like, it's exactly the same thing, because we wrap the art world, maybe it's on purpose throughout time, I don't know, but it's sort of shrouded in mystery, and artists are some extra special species of human being that are just born with a pencil in their hand, much to their mother's distress. But that's not true. I never drew. I had 2 parents who were artists, but I didn't take up drawing until I wanted to take a break from writing and do something more symbolism rather than words. And so I studied with a teacher, and I read a lot of books, and I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and I bought course not big courses, but little courses, and I practice every day, every day, every day, and then that kind of stuff happens. But it didn't happen overnight. You have it's all drawing is, and my teacher used to say this when we would be like, but I can't draw the eyeball, and she would just say, it's just a line and another line and another line, and then we would calm down and draw the eyeball. But it's the same thing. That's the same experience I had. Like, oh, it's just a slow down for one thing and do this step-by-step process that you have developed.
Yeah, and the thing I think you were good at, in fact, I'm not sure anybody has done it quite as quickly as you did. I think even in the first session, you really just got it. Like, hold on, I have to claim this. This is not going to be handed to me. I have to claim this. And so can you talk about what was going on in your head? Because it was very fast that you figured that out.
Well, my background was as a therapist with teenagers and then adults coming out of the Department of Corrections. And I talked with them so much about creating an identity. Like, you've had this old identity, especially like multi-generational gang kids. They have an identity, then they have a family identity, and their grandparents and their great-grandparents. And so they're like tasked with an almost impossible path if they want to break free of all that. They have to create a new identity. And we talked a lot, and I worked with them, like, try this on for size. Let's create an identity for you and try it on. And I've done that with other clients. And so then it just made the connection that, oh, this is just another form of creating a new identity, an identity that's confident and willing to take the risks and willing to, go, jump through the flaming hoop to get stuff out in the world. But it's just leaving the old behind and embracing that, oh, wait a minute, I'm a grown-up. I get to choose who I am and how I be in my business and in everywhere. So once that clicked really quick, like, oh, this is just a thing. Wait a minute.
I know, you got it like so fast, and it's funny that you use that word identity in your other work, because it's a celebrity identity that just happens to be you. Yeah. It's you as the celebrity. So it's not like a celebrity identity that's different from you. It's a celebrity identity that just happens to be someone who's exactly like you are, except now the celebrity.
Well, you did a great job of pointing out that, and this really got it for me too, is you pointed out that Oprah has a team, and Jon Stewart, they have a team, and they decide and they pick and choose what aspects of so it's not like lying. So some people will say, well, I don't want to be inauthentic. Well, you're not being inauthentic. You're finding jewels in the ashes. You're finding these pieces of yourself that maybe have never gotten to come out and play, and you're inviting them to the table to create. It's still you. It's just other parts of you.
I think that's what makes it feel kind of safe too, because you get to pick and choose which parts of the real you actually show. So it's not like, we have this image of celebrity, I think sometimes, like, oh, they're going to be flying over your house when, you're having a wedding, and the paparazzi are going to be around and you're going to lose yourself. And it's like, well, no, you really, there's a container of what you show the world and what you talk about, One of the other things I think you did rather quickly that I thought was kind of awesome was, I think you took your message and you said, well, I've been kind of teaching this thing and it doesn't have a name, and I'm just, I could be maybe known for this, but I don't really know what to do. And then suddenly it was like you just flipped a switch and you went, you know what? And not only am I going to claim my space here as who I am as a person, but I'm also going to claim my expertise as what I'm teaching and give it a name. Hence, Forest Reiki was born. And so can you tell me a little bit about what you were thinking when that happened? Because, again, you were really quick, and so I don't know we really got an inside look at it.
Well, if you're going to put your hand on a hot stove, why just stop with one finger? Just smash your whole hand on there. It's gonna hurt and be uncomfortable anyway. So
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Exactly. You might as well just go 100 miles an hour because it's going to hurt. So it's going to hurt a little bit, or it's going to hurt a lot for a shorter period of time.
Well, and you're in an environment where everybody's kind of doing the same thing too, like really finding their voice, and it's it really, we laugh about it like it's going to hurt, but it doesn't really hurt that much because you've got other people going like, okay, I'm going to do it too,
And a whole group of people ripping their Band-Aids off.
Yeah.
So, but there was some things that happened with some celebrity suicides, and then as all these dots were getting connected about all this stuff, it was like, I have a responsibility it went from being a me thing to a no. Like, Source has gifted you with a method that helps. And if it only helps one person, then it only helps one person. But how bad to be handed a tool that is helpful and not tell anybody about it. Like, I was using it with my clients, but I wasn't, saying, hey, this is a little bit different than the Reiki we've all been trained in. It feels different. It's working different. And then I had that support of the group. I had, you coaching us and going, no way, that there's a pathway, there's a structure. Really, that helps so much, is having a structure, so you aren't just like spinning in your own head, and you're constantly being grounded with the map where you're putting, there's that mind map where you're kind of nailing things down and forming that structure. So after all that happened, it was like, I just have to. It's my responsibility to get it out there and let people know about it. And by the way, just numbers wise, I recouped my investment in the Celebrity Formula with that launch.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool. That's nice. I don't think I knew that. That makes me so happy. That's so great. Yeah. Well, and I think too, for those of you that don't have the privilege of the background, Michelle, what she's talking about is many of the clients she's helped have been with those people who are, depressed or anxiety ridden or even suicidal. And, she really was starting to realize, like, prior, if I'm not stepping into my celebrity, if I'm not claiming this space, if I don't share this gift that I have that I know will help people, literally people are dying. And, it was like a wake-up call with the celebrity deaths that were happening at that time. And really, that was a big shift for you, I think. Do you feel like, was there anything else that, did you have any challenges as you started to make the shift, or any demons in your head that were saying things to you about, no, I didn't have any.
No, it was a cakewalk. I was like, oh, I think I'll do a thing. And I just went and did it.
We never have any demons, right?
That's what they would have us believe. Oh, yeah. And that's another aspect, is you point out that no, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears goes into the creation of a celebrity. It's not just they were this one day and superstar the next day. There's a process in between there, demystifying it. So,
nice.
Yeah, and actually, if people go to that page, I haven't taken it down. Once I decided to do it, within a few hours, I went and recorded a video. I just stood out by the creek. We live in the woods, and recorded a video, and I was just transparent about it. Like, I feel weird about this. I feel like a cuckoo, but I have to do it. So here you go. Here's a thing for you. Use it if you want.
That's great.
But yeah, I had lots of demons, and I think I'm just now feeling like I really am comfortable with it. I've really, those first few months even, I was like, oh, this is a little like, now I've crossed the line into the land of woo, and I can never return to the normal land.
Well, and it's
all
practice.
Kinds of stuff.
It's practice,
Yeah.
It's like you're continually, for me too. I mean, I'm continually busting myself going, no, it's okay. Like, I'm enough. I'm enough.
Yeah.
It's all okay. All is well. I mean, it's a muscle that you're working, and you just, you've got the awareness to do it. That's what we're all doing together. It's like an intense time where we're all reminding each other, like, to stay on track with this. So I love that.
And you encourage us to test things in a way that doesn't make it all or nothing. So you put it out there and see what happens. And I tell people that all the time, and I'm definitely a spaghetti thrower. I'll just throw that spaghetti and see what sticks. I don't care. So I had that piece, but you were so like encouraging about it. And safety is a big word. And you said that earlier. That safe container of knowing that you can throw something out there, and if it hits the ground like a lead balloon, you have a place to come back to go, okay, what, first of all, it's not personal. Second of all, how can I reframe? What can I do different? And you can get the feedback. So that's extremely helpful.
Yeah, it's like a little playground. It's like, it is. It's like a little
sandbox. As a playground.
Yeah. A playground. I know. Louise is saying, and it's fun too.
Yeah.
Also a graduate. Really she was in the class too. Yeah. Hey, I am loving this, and I have so much to ask, and I can't wait to dig into part 2 and talk a little bit about some of the marketing and wording and changes that went underway. I'm going to take a quick break. We're live on Facebook every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So come on down and play with us. You can get updates by going to danawilde.com/update. I want to give you an URL that's a very important URL, because I know you're going to think Michelle is just as cool as I do. Like, isn't she just got the best aura? Don't you just want to hang out with her? And so go over to that Michelle Wolff with 2 F's. Why that Michelle Wolff? Because the other one, she's a comedian. This one's a comedian too. This one's a comedian that really goes out and helps people. That Michelle Wolff with 2Fs.com. Head on over there, check out her clarity sessions, get into her world, sign up for her list, all of that good stuff. We're going to be back in 90 seconds with more questions for Michelle. Be right back. Hi, this is Dana Wilde, and welcome back to the show. It's so good to have you here. We're having a really nice discussion with Michelle Wolff, and she's actually that Michelle Wolff. Yeah, the one that's out there helping people. That Michelle Wolff with 2Fs.com. Go over and check her out. It's interesting because after the celebrity formula, I ended up having it's kind of a long story how it ended up happening, but 2 friends of mine, people that I know kind of outside of the world of everything else, ended up going to Michelle for clarity sessions, and I have not heard the end of it since then. They have just been raving about what they learned and what they discovered, and every time I see them, they're like, oh my God, let me tell you another thing that happened. So I just can't say enough good things about the kind of skills that Michelle has for helping you create a transformation. So go check her out over at thatmichellewolff.com. We've been talking about the celebrity formula, and the first half of the program is a lot having to do with mindset and energy and stance and really creating your identity so that you can go out to the world safe. The second half, we deal more with messaging and marketing and monetization. And you made some really big shifts, I think, in your verbiage and the way you were delivering your message. What were some of those, and why do you think they were impactful?
Well, that is my weakest area. People think I can do anything because I have a lot of interest and I work hard and I learn a lot of skills, but marketing has just been, and copywriting just really struggled. So what was helpful in the celebrity formula was being able to say, here's what I'm thinking about saying, what do you think? And getting that my own clarity, getting the feedback from you, you were going over it step by step. Here's what should be on your Facebook cover. Here's what should be in your Facebook bio. And also, whatever social media that we like, making sure to keep it fun. And I like Facebook. But having that, issue the call to action right up front, make it obvious. And so that helped because I was vague in my head, and I have a cat who's really getting
get her in there. Get her in there. The Facebook audience will get you enjoyed. This is actually part of Michelle's celebrity is that she's the cat lady.
He's rubbing his face on my corner. I've also been warring with a spider who decided it was his, and he's at the top of the laptop doing this.
They're all fans of the show, Michelle. That's why they keep coming in. Spiders and cats, they're all fans. They want to be here and hang out with us.
So as you were taking this, I think the mind map helped that forming a structure and going, okay, these are the pieces and these are the steps. And having someone there live makes all the difference, because I have 100 zillion marketing things that are email sequences or video recordings that I've bought. I don't go do them because as soon as I get confused, I'm like, sandwich sounds good. I think I'll just do that instead.
Yeah, what's in the fridge? That's mine. What's in the fridge now? That's
yeah, I just that. So the live presence and the step by step. I mean, you took it so slow and so clear that I was able to go review my copy, and still I had to put it in the group multiple times, and I would get feedback, and I would go take another stab at it, and then simplify. I mean, when I started the Celebrity Club, I had like 4,200 tabs across my website, and now there's 2.
Wow.
Actually, I'll need to go drag out the one that says clarity session.
That's really amazing, though.
But there's only 2 now, and everything is under. There's a home button. It says work with me or something, and then there's a services thing, but it's all stacked because you helped me. When you can do a lot of things and you have a lot of interest, it's hard to pick 1 or 2 to really put your weight behind. But what helped is you had said it's just for now, Lux. So it's not like you can never do those. I don't think these were your words. You probably said it nicer, but you're like, come on, chop it up. You can do those things anytime. You do that later.
Yeah, you will.
For crying out loud.
And you will. You will keep expanding from here. That's the thing. And the other thing, too, I think, and the thing I see a lot of people coming into the program not doing, and you weren't doing it, but you switched it again really quickly, is I think people forget to sell to the transformation. And so everybody can use this as a takeaway. It's like, so often we're selling the service. We're like, oh, you get these 4 calls for this amount of money. And you weren't doing exactly that. You were, a level up from that. But, here's my price for this, rather than selling the transformation of what they get. And I think that, I don't know, it feels to me like that was a really important piece for starting to monetize, in a bigger way.
Yes. Yeah. And making space for, like, telling people, but not fire hosing them. Cause that's something because in my mind, if I blast you with a fire hose, I'm just being efficient. I'm just giving you everything all in one shot. And I don't realize that I'm actually drowning you, and there's no space for dialogue. So really clarifying it and narrowing it down and reminding myself that I can do other things at any time. And I'm just going to focus on these 2 or 3 things. Actually, it's just 3 things now. It's Forest Reiki, Sovereign Storytellers, which is twice a year, and clarity sessions, and that's pretty much it. I do intuitive coaching, but I don't focus on that a lot. But if people ask for it, that's available. Yeah, but then just giving, like, here's some facts, here's what you'll get, and I can strengthen that even more. But then just contact me. Like, you can get on a call and ask me questions, and we can talk more specifically about what programs I have. If you're ready for coaching, then call, and then we'll figure out which one works. And there's steps too. So if someone doesn't have the money right now to invest in a coaching package, is $2,000, then they can start with a single session, or they can start with the tons of free stuff that I put out all the time, because I can't stop talking and I'm an overposter. So if you just friend me on Facebook, you're going to get like 9 million pounds of free stuff. You never have to spend a dime.
That's right. But the nice thing about this that you're talking about, and I actually just had a conversation with somebody in the current session of the Celebrity Formula about this, is that I think so much of the world with sales, it's kind of more about like let me figure out how I can overcome these objections and I can convince you to be a part of this program. And with this, what we're saying is, look at here, I'm standing here, I'm the celebrity, I'm the lighthouse. You either get it or you don't. But I'm going here, and you want to come with me? Because I'm going here, and it's fun, and it's going to be awesome, and we're going to have it. And you're not out there attracting people that just don't get it. You're only playing with the people who get it and who love you and who are awesome, you know?
Yeah, and to have the support to put it out there and keep tweaking it and keep tweaking it. Like, I even just had to change my intake questions again, because a couple of times I've gotten, and this is not to pick on those people, but there's other people. I don't do like psychic readings or things like that. I can't tell you if your husband's a big fat liar. Like, I just can't do. I probably could,
but you don't want to. That's right.
No. So it's like, okay, so my messaging's off. So let me go look. And I was like, okay, I see it. But it takes, the celebrity formula removes the fear of putting it, just put it out there. And then you'll know by the results where your work needs to change. And it feels a little bit like, one example is software developers. So app developers put out an app, and as we all know, it's a piece of crap.
Never works.
But we all use it. It never works. You have to tweak it. I mean, look at how many updates they're always sending out. They're not sitting at home crying because the first version didn't work.
Yeah,
they're
totally.
like, let's put this out there, and everybody will tell us in loud voices exactly what's wrong with it and save us a lot of time, because then we can just go fix it.
What a great analogy. I love that analogy because it's true. And I think that the reason more of us don't do that. Well, exactly. And I think as entrepreneurs, the reason more of us don't do that, especially people who are intuitive or, or sensitive, right? Because you're more empathetic.
It hurts.
Yeah. And you're alone. And you're sitting there alone doing it. Where when you get with a group with a bunch of other people who are also doing it, it's almost like you're you feel like more empowered to do it. So I love it. Michelle, man, you're one of these people I could just talk to all day long. I just appreciate you so much, and it's been so fun to watch your journey as you've been going with this. Do you have any parting advice for anybody who's thinking like they would like to be more themselves and stand out in a bigger way?
Well, I'll say that the price point you have it at is incredibly low, like for what you're getting. And also, had it been higher, I don't know that I could have swung it. But it's kind of one of those things like, if you're not going to literally starve to death because you invest in this program, see if you can find a way to do it. Because what it saved me was from that wallowing, slogging thing where I just couldn't see I couldn't even see where I was trying to go. I didn't have a structure for it. Where software developers have a lot of experience, and they're encouraged to throw things out there and they fail, but they don't think of it as a failure. And we don't get that either. As we're not trained businesswomen, right? A lot of us are like, life happens or something changes, and we think, I really want to do this thing on my own. But we didn't go to business school. We may not have ever had anybody in our family that ever ran a business. We don't understand that a fundamental part of building a business is tripping and falling on your face a lot. And it's okay. We don't get that. So that really like quantum leapt.
Yeah, I think it's, I don't know, maybe both are okay. Leaped or left.
Candlestick of pain. Yeah, it was terrible. I was really lost. And so the live delivery and the structure and the step-by-step and the constant reminder of, hey, this is just how it goes. It's not personal. You're not a failure. This is just the nature of how this works.
And so
Normalizing
I
it.
love that's like the best parting shot you could have given, Michelle. I really appreciate all your good words for that. It's fun for me to talk to you too, because sometimes we kind of get in there and you kind of forget what we're doing and what it is, and you're really helping me get clarity, which is what you do, right? You're helping me get clarity about what it is. So it feels good to feel that clarity coming. You're reflecting it back. I just appreciate you, and thanks for spending time with us. And everybody, remember to head over to that Michelle Wolff with 2 F's, all right?
Yeah, and I'll scurry over there and pull out the clarity sessions tab so you can find it. Oh, no.
Luckily, the good news is from the time we're live until the time it's on the podcast, you got the website will be completely different by then.
Right, I can have a snack first.
It's so good. But you get this, and you hear what Michelle's saying. It's been fun for me to talk with her because she's pulling out pieces that I hadn't even thought of before in the past, because when you are isolated and you're by yourself, it can be a challenge. You can be feeling like, first of all, what am I supposed to be doing? Am I focusing on the right thing? What is this structure? Is this thing on? Why isn't this working? And also like, okay, it didn't work, and now what? Maybe I should give up. I mean, that's a really big piece I hadn't thought about. So even if you don't sign up for the Celebrity Formula, what I want you to know today is that hanging out here and being part of this sandbox, just keep showing up, because we will help you manage all of those feelings. We'll help you feel good. And as time goes on, you're going to get better and better at this. You're going to get better at the marketing. You're going to get better at the feeling good about who you are in the marketplace. You're going to get better at getting results and monetization and stepping up and niching and all of those things. So just keep showing up, and keep showing up in a fun way, and keep those positive mantras flowing. And if you can join the Celebrity Formula, we'd love to have you. But either way, keep training your brain and keep showing up here, because you're in the right place. And we'll see you next time on The Mind Aware. Bye, everybody. Mwah.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.